So,
So there was more ado. Ah,
I just, I'm. mm. Oh, we're gonna play that game, huh? All right.
you said
Um,
no further ado. Yet, thus, there was some ado.
there was some ado. There is always more ado. Anyway, now, without further ado, when last we left our heroes, I wasn't even gonna let you try. When last we left our heroes, you had fought and slain Ozarindian in a very almost intense battle that resolved by turning Ozarindian into, I believe, a turtle,
And
That is
toils.
correct.
and then when it turned back into a dragon, bombarding it with literally everything you have. So, we pick up with you guys, I believe, still in Ozarindian's lair,
Yeah.
near the corpse of the dead worm. So, with that, what are you all doing?
Mhm.
Let's see here. Did I write it down? I don't think. Well,
We
I was.
can strip it for parts.
Yeah, I don't have it written down. Yeah, I need to make preparations for harvesting, like getting all his skin, scales, and
Yeah. As you
stuff.
do that, you notice that Grum Darkbrook is also going to work harvesting dragon material.
Oh, yeah.
Special meat.
Special meats. Exquisite meats.
Premium meats.
Premium meats, that's the word.
Yeah. Man, I wish we had a recording of the original premium meat joke.
Do we not?
Somewhere I think we might, but anyway, it's beside the point. I hope it's not on one of my old hard drives. Anyway, so he finishes harvesting the things that are needed, and then looks up at all of you and says, "Well, got places to go and dragons to cook. I'll see you guys later." And he just starts walking out. I can, with your having had your blessing, to set up shop somewhere within Rind.
It's opening a steakhouse. Basically. Exotic steakhouse.
Yep. It is Darkbrook's premium and exotic meats.
Is it more like a steakhouse or is it more like a butcher shop?
It's definitely a steakhouse. He intends on serving the food. He will also sell out of there,
Mhm.
so people can come and just buy the meat like a butcher shop, like a
You look through the
carvery.
window.
Yeah. But he will also serve food there. So, I have to talk to Ernie about where exactly it is he wants to set up. So for now, he is just leaving to go and process what he has and get it ready to store.
So, what do I write down for what I can take?
Okay, so here's what you can take. I think I want to keep this simple and abstracted. So what we're gonna say is you have dragon essence, but because it's a dragon and it's huge, I'm going to give you 5 dragon essence. Whatever form that takes is sort of up to you. If you happen to need teeth for something, you've got 1 essence to burn on teeth. If you need scales for something, you've got 1 essence to burn on scales. Basically, you have 5 uses of I need dragon stuff.
Okay.
So if that happens to be the poison glands, whatever the case may be, however you want to do. What?
The leather?
Yeah,
Skin?
of course.
I'd check the other guys out too. All the other followers.
Okay, so as you explore around, you see the bugbears and other creatures that were here causing trouble and assisting Ozarindian. And the principal interesting thing that you see is that they're all still very fervently wearing their red hand pendants. And after a bit of looking around, you get the sense that these were, you know, the zealots, basically. Even with the death of Azar Kul, there were still pockets of the Red Hand that were always going to try and make something happen. But with the death of Ozarindian in this particular pocket, it's fair to say, or I should say it's fair to assume for your character, that whatever little pockets of Red Hand are left out there are not currently a threat.
I would like to, if I remember the map correctly, on both sides was like water on both.
Correct.
I'm going to, because I dropped Bixby's hand for that big spell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to recast Bixby's hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to hop on him.
Yes.
I'm going to then level 3 cast Water Breathing. And I'm just going to go... First, I'm going to hover the water and just touch it with, like, my pinky to make sure it's not, like, acid.
It is not poison nor acid. It is a bit cold.
And then I'm going to have Bixby's hand sort of Magic Carpet ride, looking on the bottom if I can see anything.
Oh, interesting.
On
So,
both sides.
of course. So,
And everyone has water breathing because they can be up to 10 people. So
right.
Everyone
Neat.
gets
Okay, so you guys suddenly realize for some reason you all feel like you can breathe underwater.
and then Jules just big splash.
Yeah. So as you enter the water, it is really cold. I want you to go ahead and make a perception check with advantage because you cast water breathing, and that means you can put a little more focus elsewhere.
Water breathing robots in disguise. Perception. Wrong button.
Well,
At the
it's almost an 19.
I think
10. Okay, well, cool. So here's the funny thing. It doesn't take a lot to notice giant piles of gold in mountain pools. And you've all heard the legends of how a dragon keeps its hoard, but seeing one firsthand is something different. And
it's like the DuckTales.
Money vault.
That's really not a terrible description. Although, yeah, I'll say keep your logic about you, because you know.
100 gold is a lot,
Yeah,
kind of
well,
deal.
it is kind of a lot, and also 20,000 gold doesn't take up quite as much space as you would think it would.
Yeah.
And that is how much is down here.
Hey.
150,000.
Which is equivalent of like 100 billion, sort of.
Is that like keep upgrade money?
It is quite a bit of keep upgrade money, and no, it's not like 100 billion because it's not quite break the economy money, but it is like this kind of gold is the kind of gold that kings have, right? And small countries or principalities probably have this much in the treasury. Maybe more, depending on the size of it. Certainly Cambria's treasury has a lot more than this. But,
Or 1% now.
well, but private wealth in this degree is... Yeah, you're pretty much the 1% now.
That's chump change.
More than we
So
have.
that was another... Hold on. Let me take up my spells. Bam.
So, do I add that to the party fund? We're getting that, or
Yeah, no, it's yours. It's yours.
Okay.
You've got a bag of holding and water breathing. It's yours.
Money in the bank. And a giant hand to help fish it out, so we don't have to fill the bag of holding up with water.
True.
our party fund is now 36,000.
Pretty good.
I mean, I found it, so it's
We could have found it too.
I'm carrying it, so I want to play that game. Ownership's 9/10 of the law.
Do you want
I guess.
a little for yourself, Jules?
I mean, we could all take like 1,000 a piece, right? Or something, or more. I don't know. 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah, whatever y'all want. We're rich, remember?
I don't know how much I want.
I'm good. I've got
Eh,
1,500. So
I mean, it's all basically. We're communist Russia. Your money is my money.
I'll take a
Alright.
1,000.
okay.
I mean, let me see
As
how
soon as you
much I
said
have.
that, he's like, okay, I'm gonna take some.
Now that you mention it.
Leo, how much do you make in a year, if you don't mind me asking?
I make a decent living. You know, I
Funny.
wasn't a part of the 1% before I joined you.
Well, here you go. You're closer now. Here's 1,000.
Oh, jeez. I wonder what I'll do with it.
Bran, would you like 1,000 as well? Thousands all around.
Sure, why not? Since everybody else is doing it, I'll put it in my savings. So.
All right. So, as you gather this up, Jules, do you come back up to the upper area of the cave?
Yeah, after all that's said and done.
Okay. Jules, I want you to make me a check, and we're going to roll your spellcasting ability, which is charisma. So roll me charisma plus proficiency.
I'm rolling so low.
Game's good.
13.
13. That's just enough. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So, Jules, you begin to notice something. Something very, very subtle. So,
In the cave?
on your person, and you reach to pick up something you're carrying, the Archon Sphere. It's always had some kind of a presence to you. It's always felt powerful. Almost like there is a strange, constant vibration to it, a very subtle pulsing at a very, very high frequency. And it's always been consistent, only ever amplifying when you use it. But it seems that subtle thrum of energy is different.
Like it turned off?
No, almost like where once there was a single vibration, moving in a sort of constant high frequency buzz almost. It didn't make noise, but you could feel it. And your arcane senses could sort of detect its presence. Now it seems like there is another different frequency resonating. I guess the only way to put it in ways that you might understand is it almost seems like there's a harmonic.
Like
Yeah.
something
Well,
is causing like some kind of interference with his Archon Sphere?
Interference,
Or
yes,
not.
but it seems like constructive interference.
Well, I reason I asked if it was turning off or on, because if it was not dying, well, either way or not, I was gonna pull it out and sort of walk around to see if it changes.
No, it seems to be pretty consistent. That new sort of higher harmonic to the vibration doesn't seem to be based on where you're standing, and it is very consistent. And it's not unpleasant. It's just different. And the Archon Sphere has never changed before in any way.
Did I use identify?
You want to use identify? Okay. Go for it. Okay. So I need you to roll I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Well, so
I forgot this was the thing that happens.
I haven't rolled above a 9 today. Let's go.
So, you attempt to peer into the true nature of the Archon Sphere. You remember the last time someone tried this was Pinna, I believe.
That is
don't
correct,
remember.
I think.
And it tried to fuck her up.
I don't remember. I legitimately don't remember. If something happened, let me know now, because I would not do it if something bad had happened. I legitimately don't remember.
Okay.
I was just trying to see if like a new spell unlocked.
Okay, well, you know what? Play this out with me, because
Okay.
just so
Like, and you're done for the day. So
No, it's not like that. So with a roll that low, you take well, okay, it's gonna hurt. You take 19 points of psychic damage.
I'm down. I'm just kidding.
It could be.
And as you attempt to get information about it, you find yourself utterly incapable of directing that flow of information. I want the rest of you to make Arcana checks.
Okay. Arcana chalk.
Oh, God.
I don't like magic, remember?
It's a 14 for me.
It's a 14.
Thought of it breaks me out in
14.
hives.
14 for Bran and for Dubar.
48.
Okay.
Our
So,
savior.
Dubar, as it begins to react and you see the sphere begin to glow and resist Jules' incursion onto it, you notice that the golden sphere, you've always known that it had these bluish purple inlays into it, these crystalline inlays. And I believe that you have even learned in the past that these inlays are made of somnite,
Yes.
or known to many people as Dwarven Memory Stone. And you see that there are these little flecks of bright white light that seem to be following and crisscrossing along these somnite inlays in a chaotic and uncontrolled way. And just as you're beginning to make this kind of realization, Leo, with your natural 1,
Yep.
you begin to see the sphere trying to defend itself against Jules. And just instinctually, you reach out and try to knock it out of his hand. But as your hand touches it, you become subject to the same force he is.
Oh, no.
You will take... Holy shit.
I don't like the sound of that.
34 points of psychic
Oh my
damage.
Does he have a chance to make the save or no?
Technically you do. Make a save to see if you take 34 points of psychic damage. Intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence save.
Yeah.
20?
Oh, wow, you just succeeded. So, yeah, you are able to resist it and will only take half damage. So someone
got
do
you.
half of 34 for me.
17.
17.
17.
So, does Jules learn anything about it? Or
So-
just sort
I
of...
learned it hurts.
Jules
Big-
and
big
Leo,
owies.
you guys are locked onto the sphere currently. And much like Dubar in the past, your brain begins to become flooded with imagery. You see... First you see a city. A city of marble white. Columns reaching up from the ground, towers all around you, large buildings, crowded streets full of people. You are standing there, you're young, you're a child even. And you look up and you see a stern-faced individual wearing these dark purple robes standing next to you. And at first he seems like a warm figure. But as he turns to look at you, his eye sockets are completely black. And then the entire image changes. Everything changes immediately. You see another battlefield like before. This one is different. You see people in various uniforms, or I'm sorry, people in the same uniforms, except two different versions of it. And they seem to be fighting against each other. You are caught in the middle. Everyone is dying around you. Explosions. It's utter chaos. And then it all flashes yet again. And this time you see something that Dubar described to you before. You see a tower. An entire tower from a building suspended in the air as if by magic. And it begins to fall towards you. This is where Dubar's vision ended, but you see the end of it, and you release a powerful arcane blast, and the tower splits in half above you, and the two massive chunks on it fall to either side. You're only hit with minor debris. And as you look down at the ground and catch your breath and look back up, you see that city. And something is wrong with the sky. The sky looks like shattered glass. And then the vision ends. And you return to consciousness. And the orb drops to the ground beneath both of you.
So I followed you through all that, except for the very beginning. What city was I looking at?
It was, you don't know what city. It's not like one you've ever
I
seen.
was like, I missed what city.
Oh, did only those two see it?
Yes.
So, I'm not even gonna try to explain shit I saw, but I assume it's real, and there's another town out there, city out there, with remember that crack you saw? We saw
Yeah.
in the sky? Yeah. Imagine that, but like from coast to coast.
What's crack in the sky?
You weren't there for that.
That fight that you were totally there for the elemental golems.
When you only really died.
That were totally survived.
Ah.
Could be real, could not be real. Could I don't know, but that was
Did we already discern that these are like visions of the past or something?
Or previous holders, I think.
Yes.
What it was. Yeah.
That's kind of visions of the past in a roundabout way.
Well, can someone give me a little bit of description?
Yeah.
Leo, I need you to make a history check. With advantage.
I want to make that history check.
Right, let's see.
History
You
with
were
advantage,
there.
Leo.
You had to be there.
History with advantage, Leo.
Okay, yeah.
It'd be pretty good.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
Well,
that's a minor
I did-
tragedy.
Can
Wow.
we restart Fantasy Grounds? 'Cause
Hey, listen, if there's anything anyone can or want to do to try and help that roll, now's the time.
I'll say, so you're talking about cracks in the sky. What did
Can
you
I-
also go ahead?
Well, I was gonna say, I'll give vague descriptions of what I saw to see if that can help Leo spark a memory. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. But
And he saw it though, too. Right?
could I roll a history
Yeah,
check and by proxy, Leo
I will
uses that?
allow you to make a history check, Jules, and I'll give Leo one more roll. But the DC is significantly increased from where I originally had it.
that would be one.
You said one more row?
Yeah.
No.
That's
We
nice.
haven't beat a 13 yet.
So,
Let's get them out the way. Let's get them out the way.
Get all the
Oh my
bad rolls
God.
out of here.
Oh
Get all the bad
my
rolls out.
God.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, now you ruined your luck. Then this one's gonna be low again.
So-
could I also cast Identify?
You are more than welcome to.
Unless there's something, so there's nothing else going on right now. Basically, they learned what. They're
Yeah,
not
it
learning.
was disparate, chaotic images.
Well, I feel like I need to see it because
I would also like to see it, but
I would like to
don't know if
forget I saw anything.
I don't know if yeah, nah, I'm good. You just go
Alright.
right ahead. No.
I will cast Identify.
Okay. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Yep. 17.
Total?
Yeah.
That will fail.
Should I? Is this still the same day? I guess.
Yes, we're still there.
Yeah, it's. But you did have a long rest during the fight.
Did we?
Yeah. When you turned it into a turtle.
Oh, that's a short rest.
Oh, it was a short rest. For the purposes of this, I'll say that you guys could have had a long rest after the fight with Ozarindian. I will allow you to use your ability. The DC is still going up, so I mean, it's not like this is going to get easier.
Yeah. I'll use Indomitable.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Fuck, it's worse.
Okay, so yeah, you will take the damage. You will take 38 points of psychic damage.
Hey.
So,
Do
but
I also see the vision.
you see some of that. You see the city at first, and the man with the black eyes. You see the tower. You see the ending of that. And you see the shattered sky that they saw. But something else comes up for you. Instead of a battlefield like you saw before, you see something they didn't. And something you didn't the first time. You're standing. Not standing. You're on the ground. Bloody. Nearing death. And there is someone standing over you. You can't see any features. It's too dark. The rain and the fog are too thick. But you know this is the man trying to kill you. In a last desperate act, you grab the Archon Sphere and you cast a spell that you've never seen before. And the figure disappears.
A spell I've never seen before.
Press the wrong
However, oh, this is interesting. Dubar, I want you to make one more Arcana check.
29.
Holy shit.
Nice.
So,
Good clutch, good clutch.
you've never seen this spell. But when witnessing it, you notice some very strange and specific things about it. A certain relationship to the energy. When the spell detonates, you perceive that for just a moment, the briefest moment, the way that time should be flowing is affected. You see at the epicenter of the casting, it's as if space distorts inward toward the figure that the spear is affecting. And all of the air and the rainfall in that specific region seems to accelerate dramatically. This spell was some form of dunamancy.
What's that?
That's the wizard class I'm in.
I haven't got there yet.
And I will allow you to make the same history check I allowed Leo to make earlier. So make one history check, no advantage, and God help you, the DC is high now.
Do better. Do better.
Got plus 10, so let's see.
Oh man.
15.
15. Nope. The DC's up to like 20 at this point.
Well, that's a 50-50 for me.
So.
Yep.
All right. So, with all of that, the spear settles yet again. All of you a little worse for wear after having interacted with it in that way.
Not that though.
So we took a long rest before I did the big hand and
Yeah,
breathing.
yeah, I'll allow it. For the purposes of what was going on, yes.
We probably rested after excavating all the gold and stuff.
Yeah. And as it settles, the Archon Sphere is still humming differently.
Can I use? Probably need to add this to my skill or to my actions I can do, but can I use my detect portal feature?
Detect portal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I believe it goes to within a mile, or...
That is correct.
Okay. So...
Once they're talking about all this weird stuff.
So, it is not... There is no portal within a mile of you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So...
That's my bag of tricks as far as this little episode is concerned, unfortunately. Don't want to find a critter or something, I can help you with that, but magic. While I can use magic, it is not my strong suit. For that kind of thing, at least. Well,
We'll make our way back home, I suppose.
I was about to ask, are y'all done with your touching the orb together?
Yeah,
You've had
I had
enough
kinda
fun
heard
getting
of
zapped by it?
I would like to look. I would like to investigate for secret areas.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
And I still wanted to check the bodies of the other guys.
I did resolve that. I told you found red hand pendants. Other than that, they
Okay.
were not... I mean, they've got weapons on them. They're normal-ass weapons. You can take them if you want.
Even
There.
the caster guy? Godcaller or whatever?
Yeah, no magic items, just a wooden staff that was used as an arcane focus.
I mean, I'll take them, and then as soon as we get back, I'll just drop them off in our armory or whatever.
Okay. What'd
I
you do,
got
Dubar?
13.
Sorry.
Investigation for
Oh,
secret areas.
yeah, you do not find any secret areas in this cave.
All the money hidden underwater is plenty secret enough, I guess.
All right, well,
Huh.
let's get on our way
Yep.
back.
Back home, or go back to what's the name of the town that was closest that was getting harassed?
It was. Let me get my map out.
Slowpool, right?
I think it was Slowpool. Yes. Where is? Yes, Slowpool.
Yeah, swing by there and just assure them that the problem should be resolved.
Okay. So you visit the alderman of Slowpool, reassuring him of the situation. You guys are greeted to a bit of a hero's welcome, right? I mean, you are the council of the city, their leaders, who just went up into the mountains to actually just slay a dragon and save them from its tyranny. Like, this is as classic as the hero work gets, and everyone is aware.
Well, maybe we could stay one night here, right?
Sleep in an actual bed before we
Yeah.
get on the road.
Sleep on a real bed.
Yes.
So yeah, if you guys decide to do that, the innkeep in the town, he does not charge you to stay there. You guys are treated like royalty. Food is brought to you. Um, Dubar must constantly fight off the advances of other women. The rest of you are not required to fight off those advances. And Leo, people spend most of the night just like prodding you with questions about where are you from, what's your city like, how do you pronounce it, Carfagianos. Uh,
Hey, Janos.
oh wow, is it a big city?
Biggest you'll ever see.
Oh wow. Yeah, you guys are being quite. The town is quite taken by you.
Well, this is our first time being here, right?
Yeah. They know who you are though, because
Yeah.
you are the council.
Word travels fast, I suppose.
Effectively the counts of the place they live.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, and after a good night, I have some questions actually. Who is partaking in the drink?
Not
Well, depends if they have a good dwarvish vintage.
A good dwarfish vintage. You know what? I would say they do, being this high up in the mountains, and yeah, sure.
All right, I shall partake in that.
I'm
Okay.
not too terribly far from what's the dwarven town?
Gatshaw?
No. Our dwarven town.
Oh, Red Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not too terribly far. I mean, it's in Alton, the county of Alton, which is your neighbor, essentially.
Yeah.
I'll have another of his drink.
Okay. So you guys
So
have
do
some-
all your
oh,
your ales taste the same, or
Oh, you're talking to me, little one. They all taste amazing. Yes.
so are they all like the same flavor, sort of?
You haven't drank too much, have you?
I've drank enough.
Just drink some more.
Tastes like rocks.
How old is Jules again?
at this point, like 17.
17
Eh.
and 3/4.
I want to, as Jules is taking a drink after his harassment, I would like to use shape water and make him spill it all over himself.
Oh man.
So, Jules, as you're sitting there taking a drink, it seems to strangely just move itself out of the cup and into your lap.
I remember the days
perceive
when I was
that
the
it
only
just
caster.
sloshes.
I couldn't hear you, Jules. Sorry. One more time.
Did I perceive that it just jumped out of the cup?
Make a
I
perception
didn't try
check.
to hide it very
Oh,
well.
okay. You didn't? Okay, then yeah, you do.
Yeah, I mean, I had tried to a little bit because I want him to roll low, but
Okay.
it didn't go out of my way.
Roll a perception check, Jules. That's enough.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll
you
play-
you notice.
I'll play it cool. Oh. Well, I guess it's okay to waste this.
Wait a
I'll
second.
have another though.
Waste.
I'll
I thought
pass
he
for
was going
another.
to cast the spell, but now I understand.
And another one for my friend.
Which friend?
I'm pointing at Dubar.
Oh, yes, yes. Dubar, do you accept the additional drink?
I do.
I think at this point, it's only fun if both of you roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Who controlled the alcohol?
I get advantage. Or not advantage,
Oh.
proficiency.
You
Oh, well.
13.
time shift
Oh.
me and make me roll better.
No.
So, a 13 and a 5. You're both pretty turnt. Yeah, you guys, through this little bit of competition and friendly rivalry, end up both getting quite substantially drunk.
I'll bring an elemental in here right now. I'll bring one right in.
Now, I'd love to see you try. I could take it out with one of my guns.
Sweet water, earth, you name it. Right here in the middle. Right in the bar.
Fire.
Fire.
I'm going to be side-eyeing Jules. Just
I'm warm. You want fire? You're. We could do it in the mansion, but
Speaking of the mansion, get not chicken stuff, Jules.
you're just trying to deviate from the you can't beat the fire god that I could bring in right now. Maybe
I
that's
can
so powerful.
I can do more than just beat him. I would destroy him.
You can't even.
So, with all of this going on, Leo, you have spent the majority of your life in a city, and part of what is definitely the upper class of a city, and in a deeply professional and highly dangerous and political profession. It is very few and far between that you've ever been in a backhole town in a tavern getting treated like a hero by the people in it and watching as people just engage in simple merriment and joy and drink and music. How is this for you?
It's great. I'm drinking all of the different ales, and anytime anyone asks me questions about Carfagianos, I bolster it up a little bit, make it sound even grander than it is.
Oh, absolutely. I want you to also make a Constitution saving throw then.
All right. Well.
Well, look at that. So you are pleasantly buzzed.
This peasant drink can't get me sloshed.
The the ideal kind of drunk, where you're just buzzed and relaxed and having a good time, but you're not shit-faced. And you hear a voice in your head that says, "Well, it's about time you cut loose for a moment. Goodness."
I'm just glad it's not chicken flavored.
True. Although that being said, I would very much like to taste chicken, or anything for that matter. It's been so
Good to
long.
see.
Anyway, do enjoy yourself. Yes, continue on. And as he finishes that up, you see as just some local Cambrian girl begins to really flirt with you. You are the foreign guy with the accent that just saved the town from a dragon.
So this is something about Leo that I would like him to have that I don't think I've mentioned, but I want him to kind of be like a family man. So
Okay.
I'm gonna politely reject this girl.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a good thing you weren't shit-faced.
True.
So,
I've never tried this before, and I want to.
yeah.
One of the many times I'm assuming that I will get refills. I want to get an extra drink and try. I've had what's it called, Cabal's Ruin for a while. I think I know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sort of do the magician's thing and like pull the cape over it and try and get some electricity in the drink just for like a little shock, a little static shock.
Make an Arcana check.
15.
No way this goes badly.
15?
Yep.
You channel some electricity into the drink. You do not know what's going to happen when you touch the liquid.
Jules, refill.
Yeah. Sir, another one.
And I
Sir.
hand him the electricity drink.
You hand him, okay.
You're so kind, sir.
As soon as the liquid touches your lips, there's an electric discharge. And you are, because Dubar is intoxicated, did not realize exactly how much of Cabal's Ruin he dumped into that drink. And you are sent out of your chair to the ground about 3 feet behind you.
Oh my.
Jules, don't waste it. No.
It spills on the ground.
I was gonna say, is there any chance for me to like keep the drink up?
Make an acrobatics check with disadvantage because you're drunk.
Ask Mage Hand.
Oh, acrobatics.
A 15. You save about half of it.
No, wait, Jules, I'll help. And I want to shape water the half spilled back in.
So you shape water, that alcohol, back into his glass. And everyone looks at you guys in amazement at this point. Because of, one, the rarity of magic, and two, who is using it, and three, that the leaders of their county are doing this.
Where's Bran? What is he doing?
If they weren't also drunk, they'd be very concerned.
I am simply watching the show and ready to shut you down if needed, but otherwise just enjoying myself.
And with that,
I'm gonna.
oh, yeah? Go on.
So I'm sitting down. I assume like in the corner, like on the floor,
Yeah, sure.
with my back like against the wall wherever I landed,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do like a try to get up like. Buckets. Reach into my bag. And I'm gonna cast level 2 drunkenly on myself. Levitate.
So he You just kind of float up in the like sitting position, limbs just kind of limp.
Just over to the back to the bar. You should try what he just. Bruh, this. Whew.
And with that, we will fade to black and try to carry this forward a little bit. So, you wake up the following morning, say your goodbyes to the people of Sloughpool, make your way back to Castle Rind.
And you hit the long rest button.
Yes, I will hit the long rest button because it is about a day's trip. So,
Ba-bum.
oh, no, not initiative, wrong button. There we go. So, you have successfully made it back to the castle.
I believe we can check something off our list.
Yes. The wanted list.
Mm-hmm. Which takes us to that exact list. What do you guys want to do next?
So we did Ozarindian. We did Raiders of the Lost metamaterial. A quest for aid. Oh yes, we did that.
Did we do the metamaterials?
You weren't there for that, yeah.
You weren't there for that, but yes.
Okay.
I have copper and adamantine. A new kind of golem. Oh, is this what I mentioned?
Yes.
Oh, I really want to do that.
I mean, everything else that, or we have side quests too, right?
Yes, but I want to try and handle as many of the side quests as possible off camera.
Okay.
For the sake of just time.
So the last quest really is a new kind of golem, which I don't think Leo knows, and I don't know if I've mentioned any to anyone else.
We kept it pretty under wraps.
I don't know if you either the other two even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yep. I know.
Yeah. So we'll I guess we'll continue our journey home and then.
You want to have that conversation?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Also, before we start down this path, y'all's crack sky stuff thing, elementals, do we need to go take care of that any further, or?
We did as much as we could. We cleared out the elementals. We can't exactly reach into the sky, so.
Do we need to get something started on that front as far as requesting help from Calidor or something?
I don't think yet. I would like some more time to think about it myself and see.
I wasn't
We-
there, sir.
Yeah, we can't bother old Calidor for everything.
I mean, until y'all get your mage game to his level, then
I mean, he is one of the most powerful mages alive, so that'd be hard to do.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I guess on the trip I'll start this. So Bran and Jules, I know you were both there when we went back to my hometown
Mm-hmm.
in Gatshaw, and we found those golems. And I've been holding on, and I'll pull out the book, holding on to this Golem Crafter's Codex for a long time. So
I
Leo,
remember.
I think there's
Leo,
something holding, but
I think I have it written on my.
either way.
Well, if not, then I'll grab it out
Either
of your
way,
bag of holding. Leo, I know you weren't there, but basically, if you don't know, dwarves sort of perfected golem making, so there were giant, oh, I don't know, 10, 15-foot stone golems walking around we had to contend with, but that art had been sort of lost into the Underdark, Uh, turns out we found the book detailing how to do it, and I'll brandish the book. And the crux of it is that the golem crafters needed a soul to put into the golems, and it was always taken forcefully from someone they deemed not worthy, some whatever body they could get hold of. They would take their soul, rip it, put it into the golem, and I didn't feel like we are. I didn't want to be a part of the dwarven society that still did that, so I didn't let the book get out. But as I sort of took the book and read it a little further and started thinking about it, I had an idea to maybe help do it again, but do it both ethically and not only that, actually help poor souls at the same time. So we've all come across, and us more than you, Leo, I think, just because of you've been in the city, but now you've seen what adventures we've been on. We've seen a bunch of stuff. We've seen a lot of ethereal, spectral. There's a lot of weird spiritual things going on in this world, apparently.
Yeah, I can
And
definitely say my world's been turned upside down.
yeah, and I'm just thinking there has to be lost souls just roaming about, some taking the form of ghosts or whatever they would. I actually don't know because I'm still newish to magic in general. But what if we could offer those souls a choice to keep roaming aimlessly looking for either lost love or not going to the afterlife? We don't really can't really help with that. What if we could put them into these golems instead? Sort
So
of to yeah, go ahead.
would the souls have control of the golem, or would you have control of the golem?
I hold on, let me reread it. Do I still in my inventory?
Should be somewhere.
Yes. Yes, I got it. Oh, yes. So that's how I thought. So, and Dubar would know this immediately, but I had to go back and read. The way they typically did it, because they used prisoners of war, criminals, other deranged members of society, the rune crafters carved rune control runes into the golems so that someone could control them. And that leads me to believe we don't put those specific runes on, and then they will have their own free will, be autonomous. So that's something I've been wanting to try for a long time to sort of as a try and repent for the sins of my culture's past.
Well, morality set aside onto whether or not it's right to use any soul and shove it into a golem. The practical uses that we'd have from that sort of magic would be amazing.
Yeah, the dwarves used it for, if I remember right, Mr. DM, they used it to help with the Underdark.
Yes. Um,
Yeah,
the when the Dwarven kingdoms were slowly being lost, they were able to slow down the spread of chaos using the golems. And when the golems ceased being an option, they basically had no choice but to just flee and seal off what they could.
so
Wasn't no, maybe not actually. Or doesn't Jules? Can you still speak with dead? There's a limit on that, though, isn't there? Like within like the last 5 minutes or something.
I can.
Okay. That was the before times, huh?
Don't remind me.
Well, if we could find some, so we can just communicate with normally, maybe it's lost wandering a marsh somewhere, and we could help get it into these golems, which I don't even know if I can do yet, to be honest. But
I mean, it's if that's what they will. I don't know. I don't.
How many?
Does Brand know anything about Ghost?
Brain might actually know something about ghosts. Make a warden check for me, which, if you remember, is Arcana, but
Wisdom.
adding wisdom.
So it'll just be plus wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
no proficiency.
I'm not proficient in Arcana. Or do I get proficiency or no?
If you have religion, you can add it.
I do. I do not.
Okay.
Pretty sure I don't. So that would be a 17.
17. So you know a little bit. The training you received talked about spirits and ghosts, and while they are not specifically Fey in any way, they do seem to run in the same circles from time to time. So the wardens tried to do their best to keep you informed. You know that the study of the supernatural is limited. It's just not a common thing to begin with, let alone the ability to study it.
Would
So
Jor know more? Possibly.
possibly.
Wait, doesn't Jules have a ghost at the back at Rend?
Yeah.
Do I still have.
He is a special ally that you rolled on the chart, yes.
What's it?
Ghost of Rin.
Ghost of Rend, yeah.
Mr. Jules. Well then. Well, that's kind of handy dandy. You can have a ghost with mech armor.
Only in D&D, man.
Well, that still leaves the issue of I don't think I can make a golem. But we do have a dwarven smith here. Or at Rend.
I don't even think he'll be able to make one, will he?
No, I think it's a specific type. But maybe he would know someone.
You just gotta be careful about who we bring in on this little project, I think.
Yeah, I'll phrase it that I'm just doing academic research. Hopefully he'll believe me.
Yeah. I mean, suss them out a little bit. Because these guys, we met them and they were willing to leave Gatcha, right?
Some of them, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm down for it. I think it's kind of cool to be able to give spirits that can't really interact physically with this world anymore a way to do so again. So, assuming they're into that. So, I'm down. Now, if we can just figure out how to find good ghosts and not bad ghosts.
Yeah.
So, where specifically are you guys going next?
Well, I guess we go home and talk to Jules Ghost.
Okay, so
Also, do we need to go back to Gatra?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we had what's his name there? I'd have to look it up, but he was well, aren't there still golems in Gacha?
We had one hidden, if you remember.
I thought there were
Well,
some
you
that
also would remember
at the
that,
clock tower or something, right?
well, that the city of Gatshaw still has two golems within the city. One of them is not functional, and one of them is. They have one working golem within the city, and people study it all the time, but no one made any progress. No one knew the secret ingredient, as it were, to make this work.
I thought there was one somewhere or two.
I think we have one hidden in the Underdark.
Yes.
Because our former adventurer friend tried to sell it to my father.
Mm-hmm. That also happened.
Mm.
Well, I mean, we want more information, and that would be a place to start.
Yeah.
The book. I don't know. Do we bring the book with us, or if we were to do that, or should we leave it
I mean, it's
physically
put it back in
separated?
here. Put it back in
I don't know. I think people might kill for an information, possibly.
Well, we
If
just
we-
don't tell them we have it. Just
Well, I don't know. You just show up out of the blue and start asking very specific questions like that.
well, let's get back. Talk to the ghosts. Talk to the dwarf guy. What's his name?
He's artisan. Vikir, Vikkr,
Sorry, one more time.
Vikkr,
Vicar, yeah.
Vicar of Nidavellir.
Yes, yes. So, that's who you're going to talk to?
Yes.
Okay. So, you find him at his place of residence, which is a small little farmhouse near Castle Rend. What do you want to say to Vicar?
Did he set up his smith shop?
Yeah, he did actually. As you get there, there's a working smithy here.
I want to ask him how he's liking Rend life.
Well, Rend life is it's a bit different than what I'm used to, really.
Positive, different, or?
Oh, for me, very positive difference. Listen, you spend your whole life in a cave and things get a little repetitive. But I'm here now. Among you humans, there's a few dwarves out and about, Dubar among them. So, I'm not without, ken, as it were. And I'm getting good money. You humans are real superstitious about stuff, and turns out if you advertise you're a dwarven smith, it's like instant business. People just start going, oh, he's a dwarf, he must be great at smithing. I know I should really probably be offended, but honestly, you're paying me so much that I'm just going to kind of roll with it.
Well, I mean, we are better.
Well, it's beside the point, though.
Well,
While we're in his shop, I want to kind of look around to see what he's been crafting.
So funny enough, other than a few things that look like they are for him personally, his shop is sold out.
This must be good.
Yeah, at this point, I'm basically just taking things by order only. I don't really have enough free time to just build stock.
Maybe you need an apprentice.
Oh, I can find an apprentice if I need to. There's plenty around here who've got some eye for talent. But to be quite frank, most of what I've been making is for your people.
Yeah, well, we're a new and booming town.
Well, that and you sent your people into battle not too long ago, and well, your armor was pretty badly banged up, and if I'm going to be blunt with you, not very good to begin with.
None taken. It's so long as they made it back home with it, it was good enough. So
That's true enough. Well, I've done what I can to repair it, make a few upgrades, but if you really want, something special, you're going to have to invest in it. I don't have the kind of, it's going to cost you, basically.
well,
That, speaking
can
of
be
that,
arranged.
Vicar, have you ever heard of adamantine?
Well, yes, I've heard of adamantine. I'm from Nidavellir, and you think I haven't heard of adamantine?
What, you had any training with it?
Some. As much as any Needham Smith.
Have you actually used it?
I have smithed adamantine under the supervision of the Forge Master. Yes, it was difficult. Can't do it here.
Shit.
What would you need to do?
Yes, what would you need?
So, if you're going to smith adamantine, you must have one of two things. One, be in Nidenheim, the town I am from, one of the 3 great dwarven cities, which has the grand distinction of being built near and about a volcano. So,
Okay. And you use the heat, I'm assuming.
yes, you need volcanic heat to smith adamantine. And even still, working on it is painfully difficult because you need a specially made suit that the Nidenheim dwarves know how to make that protects you from the heat of the very thing that you're using to smith the adamantine. And I do not know how to make that. It's some strange fabric composite I don't know much about.
Would they be willing to part with one of those, you think, or is that a closely guarded secret?
Oh, not only is it closely guarded secret, it's basically religion down there. You got to understand, in Nidenheim, the forge is sacred, right?
Sorry, where?
Nidenheim.
One more time?
Nidenheim.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Not sure
So-
if that was a Jules moment or a
I
Stefan
like
moment.
I like how he says it.
Nidenheim. So, you need that, which you'll never get from them. Maybe, if you can prove you're half a decent smith, they'll let you use the suit under their supervision in the city itself. They'll never let you just have one, though.
What about a returning local, possibly at some point in time? Make a trip home, perhaps?
Maybe they would do that. That's a very big maybe. You see, I've got some friends left, but there's a reason I'm not there anymore. So,
Oh, you said one of 2 things.
okay, option 2, you need something that burns as hot as a volcano. I only know of one thing that hot. Dragon fire.
We do have 3 of them.
This is true.
We could start a business.
That sounds like fun, actually.
Well, you'll need a dragon that breathes, of course, specifically flame. Ice dragons, whatever other kinds of dragons you find, they're not going to cut it, okay? You need
Wait, what
a
is
fire-breathing dragon.
What is Vercingetorix?
He is a fire-breathing dragon.
Yes.
Fortune falls upon us this day.
So,
Well?
says, if you happen to have a fire-breathing dragon of sufficient age and power just tucked away somewhere, then maybe we can do something. But if you don't have that, and I'm sure you don't, then we can move on and try to figure out another solution.
Not a fire elemental?
Not even close to hot enough.
What about like 3?
Adding more fire does not increase the heat.
Doesn't it though?
Well, if you can concentrate it more, but listen.
You're the smith. I'm not.
Well, so in your train, good Sir Vicar, did anyone talk about smithing with this hypothetical dragon?
Well,
Like what sort of facility you would build? Because I already have ideas, but someone's already figured it out.
wait a minute. You're being serious.
I am just conversing.
I mean, we always just said it as a joke, right? Like, oh, I heard that there's some human from Cambria or Adrathis or something. They're trying to smith it with a dragon. Oh, like a big joke of some kind. But you're serious? Do you have a dragon?
Well, the dragon did show up during the battle.
I wasn't here for that. Okay, well, that might
Old
change
stories
things.
of the dragon fight that took place.
I've been gone. I went home to get supplies. I just got back a week ago, and I've been here, fulfilling orders.
Well, yes, we have. Bran, how hard is he to get a hold of?
It can be done, but he will take some. He may not even do it, but he would take some convincing to.
What is Nedikari? I actually don't know.
So you decided you want him to be a silver dragon? If I remember
believe
correctly?
so.
Which, they are ice dragons.
Retcon? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, what about the third?
Jules' dragon has still never really been fleshed out, Steffo.
Yeah.
I just
He should not be named.
I just had an amazing idea
Mm-hmm.
to get Nedikari and Vercingetorix. You know how I actually don't really know how much about smithing, but you always see them dunk the sword into the water to cool it off.
Mm-hmm.
We get dragon fire for the hot and dragon ice for the cold.
Usually it's oil, but okay.
This is D&D. We get dragon ice for the cold.
Read
But
this book before.
that's beside the point. So, Vicar, have you seen anything about a facility, or am I gonna have to once again be the one to make it?
Well, listen, I mean, there is no such facility that I know of. No one's ever actually tried to do it with Dragonfire before. It's only theoretically possible. I mean, there's myths and legends of, famous magic swords being forged by Dragonfire. And there are a handful of adamantine weapons and armor that have been found that definitely were not forged within the halls of Niedenheim. But no one I know, no one anyone knows has ever actually tried it. So the best I can do is say that in Niedenheim we don the suits and we go out into the volcano proper. There's a stone outcropping that was handmade above a lava pool. And we use that as a means of having a place to stand while we work with the adamantine. And oh, what a shame falls on the person who accidentally drops it into the lava. Anyway, so...
Is that why you left?
No, that's not why I left. But I did have a friend who did that once, and oh, even in Niedenheim, where adamantine can actually be mined, it's still small quantities. So when you lose some, oh man, it's like unending ridicule. People do leave for that. They have before. It's really quite tragic. Anyway, so you'd need a place that, for one, isn't going to burn down under the heat. So safety would be the primary concern. We use tools that allow us to create some reach between the material and the lava, naturally. Just long poles that have grabby ends on them. As far as facilities, I don't know. You need... Oh, okay. Well, one thing that's rather important is a normal anvil's not going to work. It would also just melt. We use stone native to Niedenheim to make hitting surfaces or anvil-like things. Don't know where you'd find that here. You'd need some material that's both heat resistant and, well, impact resistant.
How about this? You, well, I'm speaking a bit for Dubar here, outside of my depth, but maybe I know, and you're plenty swamped as it is, but um, it's a hypothetical question for y'all, but maybe we start funding building this facility. I think it would be pretty valuable for Rend as a whole, and would what other would you be able to use this facility normally without dragging fire?
I
To
mean, we could still have it function as a normal forge. Sure, no reason not.
Be. I'll. I'll have to draw up some designs and give this some thought. Well, we'll let you know. That's actually not why we were here. That just crossed my mind.
Oh, well, what do you need then?
We.
more curiosities, basically.
Yeah. We as a group, we've been. Well, except for City Boy, we've been to the Underdark, and we encountered some of our people's famous golems.
Oh, really? You saw one?
We fought several.
Whoa.
Yes, they are
Quite
more
tanky.
abundant. Yes, they are more abundant in the Underdark than I don't know if people know, actually, how abundant they are. And I don't know how many more there could be. We're trying.
Anyways, they were trying to kill us, and we
Yeah,
had to take care of it.
yeah, we took care of them. Do you know anyone who like? Because there has to be a runesmith for it, right? A rune crafter that helped with those things.
Well,
'Cause
yes.
I saw a bunch of runes.
So, I studied under the Forge Master of Niedenheim. And he himself knows some rune crafting, is associated with the Rune Master of Niedenheim. Golems, as far as I know, which is really and truly not much, they require some runic element to function properly. I mean,
So,
you'd have to talk to
kinda-
someone who knows more.
so we need to find a rune crafter, and we could probably use one of those around here, right? I'm not too savvy with runes, but
Well, I am also trying to learn myself, which is why we're going up north. Part of the reason why after the winter. Is there any rune crafter close by? Okay.
Well, as far as I know, no. Niedenheim keeps a pretty tight lid on that kind of thing. I mean, you're from Gatshaw. You know how dwarven cities are. They don't like things getting out very often.
Well, the rune crafters are in somewhere north, right? But what's the town?
That would be Niedenheim.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we're gonna go there too. Okay.
so this is more of a overarching game question. Are runes specific to dwarves, or
So
Oh.
rune crafting, as in the art of imbuing arcane elements into runic carvings, is something that the dwarves basically invented, for lack of a better term. It is a dwarven art to do that. That being said, there are a few among the Skall, the humans of the north, that have learned some of that art. But beyond those two cultures, it's very few and far between. Like, there are some academics scattered about that might know something about it, but outside of a very academic individual, you're not going to find that among any common
Kalador?
populace. Maybe. I mean,
I-
Kalador is the right kind of person, but you don't know if Kalador specifically knows anything about it.
for sure. Well,
I would like to have sort of a eureka moment because I think Dubois just figured something else out.
Okay.
And so we're gathering these pieces of Caliburn, the sword, right?
Yes.
And it's a famous legendary sword.
Correct.
And we hadn't thought of how we're going to put it back together. Now, there may be some magical means that it gets put back together. We don't really know. But what if we had a forge and we could use Dragonfire to forge it back together?
That is probably a good bit of preemptive planning.
So we could have this special forge that Vicar and whoever else can just use normally. I'm assuming it'll have to be pretty big. And then if we can convince Vercingetorix some sort of barter or, I don't know, maybe in exchange for helping
I
him.
mean, yeah, I'll go feel him out and see if he's willing to, but
And,
he's also not just gonna do anything we ask him to do.
yeah, so we could barter with him, do something for him, and every once in a while we could use his Dragonfire for special projects, like adamantine stuff for us and Caliburn and other whimsical things.
Here's a meta question, Lane.
Okay.
I can make anything in my mansion.
True.
Anything?
I know where this is going, I think.
Oh, no.
Oh wow.
Because I've seen that type of stone in Gatshot, huh?
Yeah, you can't bring it out though.
But
I don't need to bring it out.
yeah, I believe it's phrased anything made in there you can't take out, but if we bring in all of the materials, use the tools. I don't know,
That is a very good question for Lane.
I need to read that spell because I believe I know the provision for this, but
Also, could that mean I can just make a room with a volcano?
well, we still wouldn't have the suits though.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't
the
know.
room with the volcano would kill you.
Well, I don't know if the magic extends like secret materials. I don't know.
What's the spell's name?
Mordenkainen's. You go.
It's
You go. For it.
magnificent.
Mordekaisen's, no Mordekaiser.
Mordenkainen.
Morden.
Alright. So here's the thing. The spell's wording here. You can create any floor plan you like, but the space can't exceed 50 cubes, each cube being 10 feet on each side. The place is furnished and decorated as you choose. It contains sufficient food to serve a 9-course banquet for up to 100 people. A staff of 100 near-transparent servants attend all who enter. You decide the visual appearance of these servants and their attire. They're completely obedient to your orders. Each servant can perform any task that a normal human servant could perform, but they can't attack or take any action that would directly harm another creature. So, furnishings and other objects created by this spell dissipate. So here's what I am going to say. It specifically says furnished. All right. Here's basically the gist of what I'm going to put together here for you, bud. You cannot create magical things with the power of the mansion. Only mundane things. And the materials needed to make this work are innately magical. So while you could create the form of the kind of forge that would be needed and could maybe even use the mansion to sort of test and create prototypes, the actual setup needed requires mildly enchanted materials, which the mansion cannot manifest.
I'm trying to make a portal and a portal and a portal.
Yeah. Because essentially you could just say, hey, I want the mansion to make Caliburn. Like, and that's not really a thing.
So here's oh, that's unfortunate, but here's another fun hypothetical question for you. If you took materials in the front door, dumped them, and you had the servants could you have them like make weapons,
It says they're
sharpen
capable.
weapons and stuff? Yeah.
So they're capable of doing anything a normal human servant could do, being the key word. Smithing is a thing that requires training.
Fair enough.
It can fetch ale and water and towels.
They can mend and fold clothes.
Yeah,
That
they
takes
can.
training, right?
Bit of a different kind of training.
Sure.
Well,
I was just curious more than anything.
Yeah.
This Dragon Forge can have many applications. Maybe I could even eventually figure out some substance that burns that hot.
Dubar over here contemplating how to create thermite.
Although, having a dragon do it is a lot flashier and better for marketing.
So, is that all the questions you had for Vicar?
Yeah, the rune thing. Yeah, we're sort of stuck on that. We could talk to Jules the Ghost, see
Yeah.
what he's all about.
So,
There's another critical part.
yeah. So then,
And Bran, you could work on trying to get a hold of the big guy.
I can go do that.
all right then. So, how about this? We'll split the party.
Oh
Split the
boy.
party.
Who is
Oh,
going with Dubar to talk to the ghost, and who is going with Bran to talk to a dragon?
Well, I think Jules has to make those.
Oh, I think Jules has to go with you, Dubar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, Leo, do you want to go
Yeah,
with Bran?
I definitely don't want to go see a dragon anytime soon. So let's go with that other route.
I was
So-
about to say I would probably try and just keep his den under wraps as best I can.
Okay,
Even
so
though
then,
Even though I
Yeah.
trust Leo, I also don't want to upset Vercingetorix, especially when I'm about to go ask him for something
yeah,
possibly demeaning in dragon culture. Not sure.
yeah.
Also, Bran,
Mm-hmm.
you have near full authority to make a deal.
Oh,
Almost
kind of-
full authority. I don't know what he wants, to be
Yeah.
honest.
well, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't hoard gold, so
Yeah, but he was very concerned about the forest.
yes. So, I will go try my best.
Okay, so let's go to the ghost first. So, you all begin to make your way deep into the Forest of Rend, just southwest of the castle, which is where this ghost tends to like to be.
You can say it. Hunt.
Yes. So after a while, Jules, it's your friend. How are you trying to find the ghost?
I don't think I gave him a name, did I? Oh no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
No,
I
it's just
don't
the
remember.
ghost. The ghost of Rend.
I thought you did give him a name, though. Something goofy. Something very Jules-esque to do, but I don't remember for sure.
I'm going to. Do I have? I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make the voice of a wee little girl. You were saying of the sorts of like, help! I'm lost. Anyone? Hello?
Okay. So, you. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, as soon as that starts to happen, you definitely feel a sort of change in the atmosphere. And as you're all looking around, Leo, you kind of turn about face, a little creeped out by the fact that you're all looking for a ghost and he's making weird child lost in the woods noises with magic. And as the sort of, I don't know if fear is the right word, because Leo's actually a fairly brave and competent person. But as the heebie-jeebies sets in,
Goosebumps.
you kind of turn around to look behind you, and there is a small translucent person staring back at you.
Yeah.
How does Leo react to this? Hi.
I nudge whoever's closest to me. Did you see? Did you see this?
If I'm here and you're there,
Hi. Did you need help?
do we all see him now?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, buddy, old pal.
Oh, hi. You're the. I forgot your name.
I forgot yours.
Oh, that's okay.
On 3, we tell each other our names.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I don't remember.
Dubar. Oh. You don't
Dubar,
remember.
good to meet you, Dubar.
No, I'm
Hi.
Jules. I'm sorry. That's Dubar.
Hello.
Hi.
Question. Well, are you busy right now? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you like
Busy?
doing something?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just walking.
A buddy here, Dubar, had a question, if that's all right.
Okay. You're kind of short.
Well,
I know he is.
yes, that's what my race is like. Do you remember races?
You mean
Like
like
dwarves?
dwarves and elves?
Yes. Yes, I'm a dwarf.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything from your life?
I remember walking through here.
That's it?
Oh no. Kinda. I wasn't really thinking about anything. Just kind of walking.
You don't remember... I'll sort of lean into Jules and cover my mouth and whisper. It knows it's a ghost, right?
I don't know.
Can you find out?
You find out.
I don't want to make it mad. It's your ghost.
You like to walk, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Can I call you Walker?
That's a funny name.
Because you'd like to walk and Walker.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
Walker. I'm assuming you don't remember how you got here, right?
Well, not really.
Do you know? I'm gonna sort of like approach him slightly, carefully, and I'm gonna extend my hand out to him.
So you extend your hand out, and he goes. He reaches out to grab your hand, and you feel some kind of connection, but it's very light. Like you could pass through this figure if you push too hard.
I am going to push too hard. And
Okay.
I'm gonna say as I do it, I'm gonna say, "Do you know about this?"
And the figure goes, "Oh yeah, yeah. That's how I've been. Uh, I've been this way for a long time. I think.
Do you know the word for it?
I mean, I'm a ghost.
Okay, just
Oh, thank God.
some people. I don't know if that's like a touchy subject or
I don't really know what to make of it.
So I can't promise anything. I'm sort of using you as a first stepping stone because you're the only ghost we know. Uh, I'm trying to find a way that you could inhabit a body of sorts,
Really?
and you would be fully autonomous. I wouldn't. I mean, we would need to like make a deal, but I wouldn't impose control over you.
I I don't
Uh,
really understand.
let's just say the opportunity came, and you could go. You could be something more.
Do you want
That
me
may
to
be the wrong
possess
word.
someone?
It's not a someone. It's a inanimate object until you get in there. It
Oh.
would be
Yeah, I've done that
see
before.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were these people who were like bullying this friend of theirs. I guess they weren't really friends because they were bullying him. And I got
Uh-huh.
really, really mad. And I realized that I could possess certain things. So I
Like
possessed a wagon and made it move toward them.
oh.
They
Well,
got
that's
really
interesting.
scared.
I will whip out my journal and take some notes. Uh, it would be something like that, except more permanent, and you would be more humanoid.
You have to make it permanent.
I mean, it would be more permanent. It
Hmm.
how? Yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna assume he couldn't just stay in the wagon forever. Or maybe he can. I don't know. It's all weird.
I didn't try. As you
So,
guys are talking, the ghost looks up and goes, "Huh, it's starting to get late."
is it getting late?
It is starting to get late.
Okay. Well, like I said, I can't promise anything, but would that be something you would want to try? Presuming we could do it.
I mean, I don't really know. I and then it stops. Did you guys hear that?
Do we hear that?
You didn't hear anything.
I know.
Uh, maybe. Let's answer quickly.
You see a look of fear in the eyes of the ghost, and it takes off running.
No.
that's not good.
I will look at where he was looking.
There's nothing there.
I am going to cast fucking level 6 true seeing.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on, let me read this.
Show me what the fuck is there.
Gives the willing creature you touch the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has true sight, notices secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane out to a range of
Oh my.
120 feet.
You have this? Just
No.
laying around?
He's a level 14 wizard. He can do some shit. So, oh wow, this is so fascinating.
It's the plethora of demons.
Jules, I need you
No.
to make an Arcana check, but you can use Charisma as the base stat.
So I just roll d20 on charisma.
Sure, if you're not proficient in Arcana, yeah.
Wait, am I proficient in Arcana? I'm not. A wizard who's not proficient in Arcana. Nice. 15.
15. Okay, you just made it. So you begin to look around. It has often been thought that ghosts somehow have a connection to the ethereal plane. That is how they move through things, why they can sort of disappear and reappear. It's because they're really going back and forth into the ethereal, which, in your studies at Turlockland, you came to realize that the ethereal plane is sort of a blanket over the world. If you imagine, as Bran has talked about often, this veil that separates different worlds and realms, the ethereal plane is the fabric itself. And you can, on some level, get into that fabric, get into the very sheet that is the veil. And now you can see into it. And you see that there is some kind of ethereal creature that has just run through all of you and is chasing the ghost.
What type of creature?
Jules, it appears to be some kind of werewolf.
You know how like ghosts are in like 2 places at once, right?
Sure.
Yeah, well, his other half is getting chased by a wolf right now.
Well, we can't really help with that. Are your eyes... wait, is Joel's eyes glowing or anything?
So, funny thing, Dubar, and Bran, you two kind of pick up on this.
I'm not there.
Oh, you're right,
I'm
Dubar.
here.
Yeah, everything is fine because I am here. So, Dubar, you see that Jules's eyes have formed golden symbols on their surface. And this looks familiar. This is what the Prior's eyes looked like.
Oh.
And you know the Prior also had true sight.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, damn,
Granted,
Joel, you have
the
more
Prior,
tricks.
I want to say the Prior had a much more demented look to his eyes. Like, physically, they look like his eyes, but they don't, it's not like an evil look.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need to go see Calidor myself if you know all these tricks now.
Oh, no. He's ran out of lessons.
And he's ran out of lessons.
It's
You know I
supposed
have.
to be special.
You know I have to go back and give a talk, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I somehow lost the chess game, but
If you don't, I won't tell you about the demon that's standing next to you.
demons aren't in the ethereal plane.
So,
Well, don't you know it all?
as this is happening, you hear a scream from the direction of where the child ran.
Jinkies.
Is there anything y'all can actually do?
We can go look.
I mean, do y'all have any way to interact with the ethereal plane?
I don't.
Not the ethereal plane. Nope.
But that was a leading answer.
Yeah.
What plane can you interact with?
None of them. Just the real one.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
How far was that scream-ish?
Not very far.
You said very far or not?
No, not very far, like 40 feet.
You guys
Let's
want to
go.
go look?
Yeah, let's go look.
I guess.
So, as you approach, you see the werewolf is actually on the ground, looks dead, and there is an arrow through its heart.
Ooh.
And you see, Jules being the only one who can actually see this, you see that the ghost, the child ghost, is being cradled by someone who dresses an awful lot like Bran.
But
And-
is also ghostly.
Yes, as also ghostly. And that individual is crying. And then it all just seems to fade. And then the kid appears again and goes, "Oh, hi!"
Hey.
And you can all see the kid again.
Who was that?
Well, who was what?
You know, never mind.
Do you
I
remember?
do want to take for the brief moment I saw him, just like a general note of any, granted, like he's dressed as Bran, but anything distinctual
Other
So,
than the
convey to
warden,
Bran later.
it's a warden uniform, but nothing specific. It's a warden seeming to be doing a warden's job.
Okay, fair. It's like, oh, I saw Mike or something, you know, like
No, the facial features weren't even distinct enough. In fact, looking back, there were hardly any facial features at all.
Spooky.
Do you remember our names?
Yeah, you're Dubar, right?
Okay. Interesting. Well, it seems like you got some walking to do. We'll check back in with you later. if
Yeah,
that's
I'm
all right.
supposed to walk to the castle.
Well, we're headed that way too.
Oh, good. Can I walk with
Yeah,
you?
let's- Yeah, sure.
Feel safer if someone went with me.
Well, let's start walking back.
Okay. You guys make your way back to the castle. And something kind of funny happens as you get close. The kid just kind of stops. And looks up at you all and says, "Huh. I think I forgot something."
Oh, something important?
I don't remember.
Well, do you have to go back for it?
I think so.
Well,
Where are you guys going again?
to the castle.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to get there.
Well, just follow us.
And then the kid disappears.
I was gonna say during the walk, I assumed that we would have been like, so, had you had any thought on being a real boy?
I'm a real boy.
So, here's what I'll say to that, Jules. You just used a 6th level True Sight and rolled a 15 on an Arcana check in the presence of a ghost, which might be a confluence of events that maybe no one, or at least very few people, have ever done. And I think Jules might have had his first genuine revelation as a wizard. A discovery, a genuine discovery all on your own, in the way that Dubar is always doing. And you have no way to prove it. But watching this kid and watching what happened, you realize that a ghost isn't a thing in the way that a living person is. It's not sentient in the traditional sense. It's a fragment. It is some piece of a person that couldn't move on, but only a piece. A traumatic memory, a thing they couldn't let go of. A ghost is some part, not the whole, just some part of something that couldn't move on. And you just witnessed that moment for this kid when this kid was killed.
Oh, the wolf.
The wolf wasn't even really there, you begin to realize. The warden wasn't either. They're part of a memory. They're part of that fragment of who this person was.
That just loops and loops and loops. Dubar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he'll work. He could. He very well could. But, he's a bit troubled. Not that there aren't... My ghost is troubled. Wow, water's wet. But... I don't know.
He did seem very distracted.
And I don't think he knows he's distracted, if you get my point.
Yeah, he may still. So, either one of two things. He could still be distracted and wander aimlessly even with a real body. Or in the confluence of putting that, whatever that is, into the golem, the rest of his soul gets pulled in as well. Which may not be fair to him. I don't know, all this.
Sounds like we
This is
should
weird.
probably consult a ghost expert before we start meddling with them.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like Jules is the expert now.
Thing spooky.
I would,
Well, I need to drop some plans for a Dragon Forge. Jules has business with, well,
I know.
wait, no. Oh, you're just gonna come out and say it now.
I mean, you're gonna come out and dirty my laundry in the air.
I didn't say anything, and I wasn't going to. We all know anyway. At least the ones here. And Leo, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you do you.
Godspeed.
Thanks.
So, I think with that bit of realization made, that it seems as though this quest of Dubar's to find a new way to make golems has hit a bit of a brick wall in a lack of understanding of ghosts, and also seems to, like many of the things you guys want to do, require a trip north to the Skall Kingdoms.
Yep.
So, I think with that, it is almost 10. We'll go ahead and end it here, because if my suspicions are right, the next thing you guys want to do is go north.
Well, also Brain's talking to Vercingetorix.
Oh, wait, dude, I let that slip my mind. Holy shit. Let's do that first real quick.
I was gonna
So-
say, but
All right, no, hold on. Sorry, that just forgetfulness. Bran, you
No, he
begin.
disagrees. He agrees it's easy.
You begin to scale up the mountain range up to where Vercingetorix's den is, a location that only you really know. That he keeps hidden fairly on purpose and through great effort. When you get up there, you see into the cave in the side of this mountain a large open cavern that you do denote looks to have been not carved, but melted into its current shape.
noted.
And inside of it is the dragon himself, Vercingetorix, who is looking at you as you enter.
I was
Not
about to say,
not in a hostile way.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sneak up on him.
And as you approach, you hear that familiar voice in your head. As I've said before, dragons can't speak like humans can, but you hear that telepathy into your brain. And he says, Bran, Warden Commander, what can I do for you? And as he says that, he sort of makes a bit of a show of how fucked up he still looks from the battle against the Red Hand.
Well, first off, I was coming to check on my friend, ally, however you want to refer to our relationship.
When you fight dragons with someone, you become more than just allies. I must say, it's been a very long time since I got into a fight with one of my own kind.
Well, I'm not sure how to make you feel, but that's easy knowing that they was Azar cool?
Ozarindian.
Ozarindian, yeah. Yeah. Ozarindian got the the short end. And he will no longer be an issue for anyone.
I'm not surprised. You never fail to impress, do you?
Well, so far I haven't. I try my best to keep it that way.
Well, yes?
I want to look at his, like, how bad are his wounds still?
They're healing up well, but they were definitely really bad.
I know it's probably pretty useless, but I still want to go up and cast. Do I have anything better? No. I'll just cast. I like cast Cure Wounds at like 4th level.
Okay. Yeah. His health is currently full. It's just injuries, but the gesture is acknowledged and respected.
Maybe help chill him out a little bit and just feel less crappy.
As you do that, dragons can't really grin. Their jaws don't work that way, but you can kind of see the look of, appreciation. And he turns and he looks at a big pile of wood on the floor and goes, middle of winter. You must be freezing. And he just lets out a little poof of fire to light up the log, and the cave begins to warm up.
Appreciated. I have had colder days and nights, but a warm fire's never frowned upon.
I agree. And you see a little bit of smoke from the jaws as he says that. And
what else? I want to look around this cave more. Just kind of, I don't know if I've ever taken it in, really.
So, it is fairly sparse, and oddly enough, you do see that it seems to be utterly devoid of any kind of a horde, which from what you know is very uncharacteristic.
I'm gonna sit down next to the fire and I'll just ask him. I'll be like, so, I know you're healing now, but what is it that you normally do throughout your days?
Rest. Live. Eat. Protect my forest.
Full-time job, to be sure.
It certainly can be. Bran, your display of courage in the face of the Red Hand Horde and Ozarindian, it affected me. When we met, and you claimed Castle Rend as your own, I allowed it because of the uniform you wear, and for no other reason. because the last people that I ever called friend were the wardens who were here before. In fact, there was a time where, despite the state of my being, I would have counted myself among yours.
Did, like, not saying anything, but thinking, has Bran ever, like, heard anything of this? Like, a dragon aligning with the wardens?
No. And he says, the wardens have a philosophy. First, habitate. Second, separate. And only third, obliterate. You've trained in this way of thinking, even if you do not know the words specifically. Not all creatures that come into this world, fey or otherwise, are harmful, and in many cases can be helpful. And in those cases, they should be allowed to be helpful, be cultivated. Some are not malicious, but their nature and their wants prevent them from being able to exist alongside civilization easily, and so they are separated, preferably sent home to their Fey realm or wherever else they come from. And obliteration, well, is a last resort.
Agree with all those sentiments and that configuration of resolution.
Many, many years ago, many generations of wardens ago, there was a dragon that terrorized all of Rend. The wardens tried steps 1 and 2 and failed, and they resorted to 3. But to their surprise, there was an infant dragon, scarcely larger than a teenage human. And some crazy warden had the idea that maybe, there was a chance for habitation. Well, I am proud to say that he was right. Most of my kind are aggressive, seek domination, refuse to be anything but a nation unto themselves. But thanks to your people, I found a way to coexist in this world, to avoid the fate of so many of my peers, and to find new things to exist for beyond hordes of gold and the will to dominate others. So, when I found out that a warden had lived, I got curious. And so I came to see you. See what kind of man you were. And after how you dealt with the Red Hand, I am convinced it was a good idea to not burn you alive immediately.
Appreciated.
So, consider me a warden again, at least in spirit.
With great honor, I will. And maybe one day you can pass down some more forgotten knowledge of the wardens.
If you want forgotten knowledge, I believe your friend Dubar has already found the right dragon to talk to.
Well,
I'm not nearly as...
Be as that may, he's wasn't one with the wardens, so
yes,
I'm sure even you have a thing or two.
I am far younger than he, though. I do not possess the width and breadth of knowledge and experience he does.
All in due time.
Yes, due time. Anyway, with my admission to you completed, I am certain you did not come here to simply hear stories of my past. Though
Well-
I did feel the need to say it.
It's appreciated. I'm glad that I guess my efforts are realized, especially by one such as yourself. But well, and I did also want to come up here to check on you, but also I had a potential request, and you'll have to excuse me if my request is insulting, as I am not familiar with the customs of dragons and such. Turns out you don't. Well, I've met more than most, but is not well mannered, but cordial as yourself, I should say. But
Bran, I was raised by wardens. I don't know
Yeah.
much about dragon culture.
that's fair. But we are in need of a great source of heat.
Well,
And you happen to fit the bill quite nicely, I think. And I'll kind of look around the cave to kind of drive my point home a little bit.
I am interested, I think.
What's the metal? Adamantium?
Adamantine.
Adamantine? And I'll say, well,
And also caliper.
do you know anything of adamantine?
I am no smith.
Oh.
I know that it is very, very strong.
Well, it's being, well, apparently there's some dwarves in Dienheim that smelt this metal using the fire of a volcano. And while you may not quite be a volcano, you're probably the next best thing. So,
Well,
we're one. Dubar is going to be drawing up some plans to. Granted that you agree to such a feat, but we would appreciate if you could lend us some of your flame every now and again.
you want to smelt this material using dragon fire.
Apparently, it's been theorized but never put to the test. So, we want to put it to the test.
I
I
would
can't
be
think of a
happy
better
to
dragon to ask.
I would be happy to help.
I greatly appreciate it, and I know we'll use this, and hopefully we'll be able to use it to restore Caliburn. I don't know how much you know about it, but
I know plenty. Warden histories talk of it somewhat frequently.
so we may need your assistance with that as well. So, next step will be constructing this structure and then finding a smith that's competent enough to utilize such power.
Well, when you
That'd be
find
moi.
these things, don't say moi. I can't do that. You can't do that to me right now. I know what you're referencing, and I can't. Damn it. Anyway. Oh, Michael, you know too. It's your fault.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So he says, well, let me know when you're ready for the fire.
With pleasure we shall. But-
My only request, we don't do this in the forest.
Yeah, definitely not. We're probably gonna pick a spot in the mountain somewhere, but we're figuring out the logistics. But yes, preservation of the forest is my key concern, and I will force that upon the others as needed. Although they're pretty well mannered whenever it comes to such matters.
Of
It's
course.
their home too now.
They have all earned my trust. Well, except the
Huh.
new guy.
He's getting there. He seems to be. I'm still not entirely sure of his goals, but so far he has been a great ally. So I will continue to build a relationship with him and see where it takes us from there.
Well, I guess in that case, let me know. For now, I will continue resting. I've not fully recovered yet. I hate green
That's okay.
dragons.
This will be months down the line, so you should have time.
Well then, I think with that, and with what I think will be just a continued casual conversation between two very different friends, we will fade to black. And there is where we will call the game for tonight. And next week, we begin the journey north and the first tentative steps into Arc 3 of this campaign.
So can we? So just you and me and whoever else wants to. I don't know who else would want to, but all the other off downtime stuff I want to do because we still have a few months of winter.
Yeah,
Right?
I kind of want to do side quest stuff too.
Of course. So side quest. We keep saying, yeah, let's plan it throughout the week to get it, but let's actually right now.
Well, so it's been school has held you back.
Exactly, and I'm on break right now. But that's why I'm saying, right now, who wants Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Or what?
Side quests. So off kind of outside of the main game, just one-on-one, you and me sit down and talk about some things that your character wants to do and have done between now and the next game.
I would prefer Wednesday, I believe.
This Wednesday is this Wednesday D&D or is that the following?
It's this Wednesday.
Then that actually works as long as we can do it before like 6.
I will get home probably 5, so that only gives us an hour. If we can't do Wednesday, I can do like Thursday.
Thursday
Okay.
works. Thursday works. Thursday is great.
Whenever.
Yeah, I live with you. I'm not worried about you. So, and Michael, if there's anything, of course, this extends to you as well.
Yep.
All right. So, Michael, actually, if you're going to get off of work in time, you can just come over early on Wednesday and we can do it before that day's D&D game.
Yeah.
Sound good to you?
If I have something I want to do for the side quest,
Yeah, if you have something you want to do, naturally.
Yep.
All right. And then, Steffo, I can maybe just get with you Thursday also.
Yeah, I want to sort of look at my spells and sort of think of something I would want to do because I don't have anything. But I'm sure.
Okay, I mean, and it's fine if you don't have anything. This is more of an offer of an opportunity for the people who do have some stuff they want to take care of that is side quest outside of main game stuff.
Yeah, not that I can think of, but I'll think.
All right. Sounds good. Well, in that case, I will stop the recording, so say goodbye to our future selves.
Bye.
See you.
All right.